We all know how money compounds, but disciplines compound too, as does neglect. Now, what's interesting about pattern is that the segue to reward, like what's the point? What's the incentive? Jimmy, my wife does Pilates and she's found another gear of motivation. And part of it is because I realized she told me she wants to hit a milestone of how many classes she's attended. So that becomes the reward that brings it back to the trigger. So I'd like your perspective on time and that whole sustainable habit, because 80% of the productivity, 20% of the activities, like the genius that you're talking about is, okay, what gives you purpose? What is productive? What's the best use of your time? I'd love your thoughts on that.
Yes. And also I'd add, what do you love to do? Right. So, and sometimes I think for a lot of financial advisors, I think we're in an industry that where those, especially those of us that have been independent for a long time, we have some big egos that we have to overcome. So a lot of times our biggest obstacles are ourselves, right? So when it comes to habits and having the discipline to change, right, and grow, I think it's just what you said. I think it's about, a friend of mine says that it's amazing when you look at the long term, the things that you can accomplish, or if you go back 10 years, what you've been able to accomplish, right? And then in the short term, I think we overestimate a lot what we think we can accomplish. But little incremental improvements, 1% better, every single day, week, month, whatever that is, I think just implementing new things that create more efficiency, productivity, new habits, and as we all know, I think every single human has felt this in their life, which is, our health. When you are working out and you're doing the things for your health that you need to do, you're sleeping well, you're exercising, you're moving, you tend to eat better. It's amazing how things compound on itself, right? And so I just think that momentum is important. You can literally start like right now or tomorrow morning and wake up and decide, maybe the person I am, there are some things that I want to change and improve upon, and maybe I can create that new individual. And it's always great, I think, to document this, put it in writing, so it's committed, and then build yourself some routine. So for example, every morning I like to have a little bit of quiet time, where I can do the things I need to do to get my mind straight, and then look at the priorities for the day, but start out calm, maybe even throw in a little bit of meditation or something in the morning would be great, I think, for many of us, especially for those of us where our minds are moving very quickly. But then, like you said, have the discipline to have the things in your calendar, right? And stick to that, of the new habits that you want to create, or the disciplines that you need to have in order to change and to grow and to be more successful.